Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I'm your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about A Simple Favor, a mystery crime thriller from director Paul Feig. This movie stars Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively, and Henry Golding, and I want to warn you that the occasional plot detail might come out, but I will try to stay as spoiler-free as possible. When the awkward single mommy blogger Stephanie meets the seemingly perfect mom Emily, they instantly hit it off in a strange sort of way. After asking Stephanie a simple favor, see what they did there, huh? To pick up her kid after school, Emily disappears without a trace. Stephanie takes it upon herself to find out what happened to her new best friend. When I started to see trailers for this movie, all I could think of was that this was going to be the next Gone Girl, or hopefully not The Girl on the Train. After seeing it, I can say that it kind of was like Gone Girl, again, kind of. While this movie did have a lot of the uncertainty, twists, turns, and the such that a good mystery thriller should have, this movie is also kind of ridiculous. You see, when we start meeting the characters of this movie, none of them really feel like real people, or they feel like, I don't want to say caricatures, but they just feel off from real people. Anna Kendrick, who plays single mom Stephanie, is way over the top awkward playing her part. Blake Lively, who plays Emily, almost comes off like a sitcom character with her attitude, and her marriage to Sean, played by Henry Golding, who many of you know as Nick from Crazy Rich Asians, feels like their relationship feels like the fairy tale aftermath of a rom-com. The same feeling of the lack of realism goes the same for all, and I do mean all of the characters in this movie, whether it be the other quote-unquote moms of the children that go to the same school as our main duo's kids, to the cops that feel like they auditioned for Law and Order thinking that it was a comedy. Everyone felt like they were just off. This movie's whole world just felt, again, off, especially when things start to go wrong. But here's the thing. It all totally works. Seriously. Look, if this movie would have done the same old thriller thing, like, say, a movie like, I don't know, The Girl on the Train, for example, this movie would have not worked. It would have sucked. For me, the ridiculousness of this movie is what kept it interesting. While the twisty-turny stuff that happens in these types of movies was happening, I kept feeling strange because I felt it shouldn't be happening to these characters. There were so many times where I thought that this was going to end up being a play or on a movie set or something, and the characters would be just that, characters in a performance. While I'll tell you that this isn't the case, having these odd characters thrust into such serious situations totally works for this movie. While I won't say it is as good as this movie, A Simple Favor, in a way, reminded me a bit of Clue. Maybe not as ridiculous situation-wise, but in the odd characters having to deal with serious situations kind of way. Well, I don't want to give away too many details. I will say that I would almost have to call this maybe a satire of stories like Gone Girl. I almost called it a parody, but I don't think that term really fits this movie just right. When it comes to the twists and turns, while you'll probably have a few hunches here and there, and some of them you'll probably be right about, the journey is still totally worth taking. I was right about a few of the things that were going on, but it didn't really ruin the movie for me because I was having a hell of a good time watching it. The ridiculousness of everything that was going on kept me interested from start to finish. The plot itself is straight out of one or more mystery crime thrillers, so if it wasn't for the strength of the actors in this, A Simple Favor probably would not have worked. Long story short, all of the actors in this, especially the ones that you know, all play to their strengths and play to them very well. Sure, we've seen the main actors play roles with similar traits before. I mean, how many times can Anna Kendrick play the awkward, ugly duckling that is, ta-da, the really outgoing, confident, and sexy woman? That's just it, though. If this movie didn't have reliable actors in the main roles to fill those parts, again, would not have worked. I won't give it away or anything, but even the ending is strange in a fun sort of way. It does a sort of where are they now type ending that wouldn't normally fit in this genre of movie, but it fits this one perfectly. Lastly, and I don't know why I am okay with this. I guess it's the combination of having a great time at this movie and thinking that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively seem like one of the most fun couples in the history of Hollywood. But I love the blatant Aviation Gin product placement in this one. Aviation Gin is, of course, the brand of gin that Ryan Reynolds owns. It sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, there's even a recipe in the movie on how to make the perfect martini with Aviation Gin, but I didn't care. Oh, and if I may add one more side note. While I thought Henry Golding did a great job in this as the husband, the only thing that would have made this movie better would have been to have Ryan Reynolds play the part. I would have totally been accepting of the entire trolling of it all. I don't want to say much more about this movie in fear of giving up things about it. Don't let the trailer for this one fool you into thinking that it's just another mystery crime thriller. If you're wanting that, you might be a bit disappointed because this one quickly jumps off the tracks of normalcy and takes you for a ride that you won't forget. If you couldn't already tell, I highly recommend this one. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, do me a simple favor and please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about this movie, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. See you later, unless I disappear.